So, I gather Sarah has been playing with James recently. I've got to admit that I have only a passing acquaintance with this bit of the Bible, but it usually seems to me rather practical. After all, anyone who tells people that faith by itself, if it has no works, is dead, it's got to have something going for him. And I also recall that Martin Luther was not impressed. It probably didn't match his prejudices. And I take that as a good recommendation. In our passage for today, James writes of wisdom and recognizes two variants. Wisdom that is earthly, unspiritual, and devilish, and wisdom that is from above. The first variant James identifies as arising from envy and selfish ambition, bad qualities the gospel writer Mark hears Jesus telling us come from within and defile a person. It's the kind of wisdom one gets from watching Fox News, and it's common in our public and political life. The second variant gets a lot less publicity, but it's vital to our survival. This wisdom is first pure. Now, I take that to mean that it has a refreshing clarity that allows people not only to see positive values, but to desire their implementation in our communal life. Second, this wisdom is peaceable. I take that to mean that it looks for ways not so much to avoid conflict as to head it off by seeing the danger and seeking compromise while compromise is still possible. Third, this wisdom is gentle in that it doesn't need power to intervene. Instead of urging combat to solve conflicting claims, such wisdom recognizes that when the battle is over, the grievances remain and nothing is changed for all the waste of lives and resources. Fourth, such wisdom is willing to yield. That doesn't mean giving up. Instead, it means looking for validity in opposing views. Now, we have to be careful with this because there may not be any validity in some views. Refusing proven ways to eradicate a deadly disease, for example, has no validity. Fifth, such wisdom is full of mercy and good fruits. Mercy is defined as compassion or forgiveness shown toward someone whom it is within one's power to punish or harm. We always face the decision of how to treat or respond to another person. The wisdom James recommends opts for the nonviolent response. Along with such mercy come good fruits, which I take as the feelings of pride and success when one has done well by others. Finally, such wisdom is without a trace of partiality or hypocrisy. I take this to mean that we should accept others as they see themselves and ignore the urge to think of ourselves as better than others. James concludes by saying, "And a harvest of righteousness is sown in peace for those who make peace." There's a footnote in my Bible that indicates that the word that's translated for could just as easily be translated by. Thus, "And a harvest of righteousness is sown in peace by those who make peace." If we use the word for, then we have the harvest reflecting back on the seeker. If we use the word by, I think we have the harvest shared among the seeker and those positively impacted by wisdom. I prefer this alternative reading because wisdom properly applied leads along the path where all are winners.